where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream where, of course, today, as always, we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We will take a look at what is currently going on, what has been going on, and what we can kind of look for next. So if that sounds interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. And if you are new, please do subscribe. But enough of that. Let's jump into the charts and take a look at what is going on. So today we are seeing another rise up. Okay, we are seeing another rise up, getting ever so close to all-time high once again, which is at $99,666 on this BTC USD Bybit pair anyway. And where do we bounce from today? Perfectly, right? We perfectly bounced off of that VWAP there. Now I haven't, I didn't take a long trade from this VWAP here. For me, coming into this, I wasn't too happy about the confluence down there. In all honesty, I wasn't too happy. I mean, we can pull a GP 786. We even front run that. Okay, we did front run that GP. So for me, can't really factor that in. We had a naked point of control as well, but that was quite a bit higher. And then it was the order flow as well. Like there just wasn't really anything that was all that. Let's go on the 15-minute. There wasn't anything all that interesting that I liked down here, in all honesty. This move up has been mainly fueled by long trades opening up. You can see open interest increasing, delta building over time, portrayed by the CVD increasing, of course. So, this has been fueled by new long trades coming in. I mean, I just mean like there wasn't anything down. There was no information down here telling me that there was strength, right? All we had was this VWAP, which we perfectly tested as support, got a really nice bounce off of. But I'm not gonna take a trade off of that because in my eyes that's a lower quality trade. There was only one little bit of confluence there. Okay, only one little bit of confluence there. So not really a trade I would like to take. But nevertheless, this is a VWAP that we were looking at. Okay, and it's of course really nice to see analysis that we are looking at being respected. Okay, whether we trade it or not, right? So ideally I would have liked to have seen a little bit lower, maybe into that GP 786. Give us some room to get some to show some absorption there. Okay. Again, we can, like I say a lot, we can lose these VWAPs, right? I don't mind losing the VWAPs. It's on the reclaim, right? That's a sign of strength. That's where we look for the long trade, right? So for me, just really nice to see it bounce off of here, but not something that I would really be too interested in trading. I want to look for those high probability, or what I deem high probability trade setups. Okay, where we have at least 3 bits of confluence and looking at analysis that I like to look for. I'm not going to use analysis that I don't use to come up with a reason to long here, right? Because if I were to do that every single time, right, I would consistently lose money over an extensive period of time, rather than consistently make money over an extensive period of time, right? So for me, okay, it's still patience, right? And I mean 99,666. I guess that's our only level at this moment in time, right? Of course, we are rising, right? Of course, if we do see price rising up to 99,666, okay, we can, of course, look for a possible short trade here, right? Again, we need to see what I want to see. I would like to see lots of long trades opening up, coming into the high, okay, for a bit of a long squeeze down. We will see, right? There was, of course, that short trade that I took yesterday at 7:40 p.m. So this was after I went live. So I did actually take a short trade, and I ended up closing it later on that day for a break even here. So you can see profit here was $23 in a profit, minus $18 for fees. So yeah, break even pretty much, right? And I didn't like the fact that shorts were opening, okay? And, there's an example that I've showed you guys here before as well. But yeah, shorts started to open, right? We saw, of course, 103 million longs open up at the high. Price started to pull back. We started to see that long squeeze. Of course, we were shorting. The trade was looking good, okay? It was in some nice profits. But then as soon as these longs opened up, these shorts opened up, okay, you can see 4.5 million here, 8.1 million here. What happened, right? Price started to reverse in the opposite direction. Then price started to rise. What then happened, right? We saw a further 1.7, 1 million, and 7.6 million new short trades opening up as price is rising here. Okay, so for me, I was looking at this and thinking, right, we're seeing a lot of retail shorting now. This is not a trade that I really want to be in. I gave it a little bit of time. Okay, I gave it a little bit of time to see if we would pull back down. But yeah, we kind of just ended up coming up to the entry. And I was happy to. I think it was it was this here. So we had 103 million longs open up here. Price started to pull back. The trade was in some nice profits. We came back up, bit of a pullback, but on that, I think it was the second move up. I decided to actually no, it was that first move up here. It was this first move up here. Yeah, I decided to just close that at break even, because seeing the shorts open up is not what I want to see. When I'm entering into a long trade, preferably I don't want to see long trades open up. When entering into a short trade, same thing. Preferably I don't want to see short trades open up. Okay, and okay, right. If the odd amount opens up, fine, right? But if we're seeing lots of them open up, I just don't. It's not really something that I want to see. Okay, right. If we enter into the trade here, we see a long squeeze, and let's say the shorts open up down here. Okay, lower, right? When we've already taken our TP1 or something, right? That's fine. Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind that whatsoever. Okay, but when we start to see shorts coming in just as I've entered into a trade, okay, it's not what I want to see. It's not something I would really be too interested in trading. You can look at this move down here. Okay, this move down here, and you can see this reversal that we saw from the VWAP here. Okay, what happened here? Okay, and why did price start to reverse? Right, we started to see price reverse because shorts opened up. Okay, shorts opened up down here. We can take a look at the order flow, and I can show you that, right? That's this move here. Okay, this move down here, right? What happened? We had 14 million shorts open up at the low down here. Okay, 14 million. And even on the way down, 6.1, 9.1, okay, 1.6, right? We had shorts opening up on the way down, then a big 14 million shorts opened up. What did price do instantaneously? Okay, it had a little wick down and then reversed in the opposite direction to make a new all-time high, was it? Yeah, to make a new all-time high. Okay, so that example right there is why I decided to close that trade early, right? That short trade early. And I look at this again, right? I look at this and, we look at this previous short trade that I closed at a break even as well, where we saw exactly what I wanted to see. We saw the trap traders, right? We got the trade entry trigger. We got the long squeeze. Unfortunately, with this one, we just front run that take profit. Okay, we reversed back up. Nothing bearish about this at all. So I decided to close that for a break even. And it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing with this one. This one here. Okay, it was a valid setup. We had the trap traders. We had the trade entry trigger. We had the reason for price to pull back. Okay, and initially it did do that, right? It did. We did start to see that. Okay, and we saw what we wanted to see. So I look at this and there's no mistakes here. There's nothing wrong with this trade. Okay, whatsoever, right? It's just, again, it's game of probabilities here. Game of probabilities. And probabilities didn't play out in our favor this time around. However, okay, I understood, right, that probabilities weren't playing out in our favor as soon as I saw these shorts open up. Okay, as soon as I saw those shorts open up and saw price reverse in the opposite direction. That's when I knew, okay, probabilities are not on our side. And this is when I can, of course, de-risk myself, okay? Close at break even, right? I could have closed at a profit when I saw these shorts open up. I decided to give a little bit of time, okay? And then when we got to that entry, I decided it's time to close it, right? It's time to close it because I understood there was no weakness on that rise up, okay? There was absolutely no weakness. In all honesty, all there really was a little bit of strength, okay, on that move up because we had shorts opening up, okay? That initially price rising, shorts opening up, that's a little bit of a bullish sign, okay? Because you would initially be looking for those shorts to cover, which of course is buying back into the market, which ultimately increases, allows price to increase, right? So yeah, it's always good to understand when a trade isn't looking like it wants to play out in your favor. Okay, having that understanding is a very powerful skill, and it's something that does need to be learned, okay, by any trader. And this again, going back to like what I was saying yesterday, these conditions are so hard to trade at this moment in time. Okay, these conditions in terms of trading are very, very hard because I mean, looking at myself, I've taken 2 break-even trades here. I honestly cannot remember the last time I took a break-even trade. It must have been months upon months upon months ago. So even I'm struggling a little bit here, but it's fine, right? It's fine. We wait, okay? We wait patiently. We wait for those high probability setups, okay? We take them, right? And we let them do their things, okay? We let them do their things. Of course, we can monitor it, right? If we start to see things we don't like, we can de-risk ourselves, okay? But yeah, I mean, this price action is very, very hard to trade unless you're, of course, just longing, right? But that's not how I like to trade, right? Because if you were to just long randomly, okay, remember I used that example of what happened here. Okay, if you were doing what all the retail traders are doing now, which is just longing, okay, you will have got wrecked here. Okay, because every single long trade that opened up here, okay, even back there, right, all of these long trades got wrecked on these big moves down here, all of them, right? So if you were implementing that there, okay, you would have got completely wrecked. You would have lost a whole lot of money, right? So yeah, okay, price is pretty parabolic right now, which yes, makes it a little bit harder to trade, but don't sway from the rules. Don't sway from the rules you have set for yourself and set for your trades, because otherwise, right, you are going to lose a hell of a lot of money. And I can assure you now that everybody that long this at some point, okay, will get wrecked. Okay, they will get wrecked. When it happens, okay, and how many of them get wrecked, I can't say, right? But at some point, all of these people are going to get wrecked. Okay, you can go back to You can go back to all of the previous bull market here, right? All of these long trades here got wrecked here. All of these long trades got wrecked here. Okay. Again, all of these long trades here got wrecked. Okay. So at some point, right, these long trades will get wrecked. You will see one. Did I just get rid of some analysis there? Yeah, you will see one big long squeeze. But for now, okay, we can remain patient, okay, and we can wait for the trade setups that we like to look for, okay, the ones that we deem high probability, okay, and line up with what we look for all year round, okay, all year round, right? Not just longs because prices having a huge pump, right? That's not strategic. It's not. It's not long lasting, right? You can't just long and long and long forever, because at some point it's going to go against you, and it's going to go against you harsh. In terms of the ES, okay, seeing a bit of a rise today after having a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so yeah, we did see a bit of a rise, pullback, kind of recovering that pullback today, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, they've not been too correlated recently, Bitcoin and the ES, not as they usually are. So it's not something that we have to pay attention to too much. But yeah, I mean, the only level I see is all-time high at this moment in time. We can pull, where's session? A little bit too high in my opinion. We can pull a GP786, maybe VWAP can make its way up a little bit and we can meet it down in that GP786. Maybe there could be some absorption there, potentially, right? You could argue a little bit of a long trade from here, okay? But, what we've seen quite a lot recently is that, I've had these areas planned out, this one, for example, and even this one, for example, here. We've had these areas planned out, and this one we kind of just front run it by a few $100s for that long trade. This one here, we front run it for, of course, that long trade that I was looking for. So, are we going to see the same thing here? We're going to front run that level of interest of mine. Usually we don't, right? Usually we don't, but, it's just so parabolic that these pullbacks that we see are, smaller than we want them to be. So yeah, we have been front running those areas of interest of mine, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, once we get one of them, we'll be good. So yeah, I mean, it's boring. I know it's boring. It's it's quiet, it's boring, but at some point we will see the setup that we want. But yeah, I think I will leave that there. I'll keep it shorter today. It is Friday, so yeah, I'm going out for a meal tonight, so I will just end it early and go get myself ready. So yeah, I hope this gave you a little bit of value. I'm sorry it's a bit boring at this moment in time. There haven't been many trades, but yeah, there will be trades to come. Don't you worry about that. There has to be, because because I need to make some money, right? But yeah, I mean, HODL portfolio is doing really, really well. So, taking some more profits off of that, to be honest. And yeah, that's of course for reinvestments in the next bull market. But yeah, have a lovely, lovely weekend, guys. I will see you back on Monday. Visionary members, I'll see you in the Discord. But yeah, take care and see you later. Goodbye.